I'm a Lakers fan. Please help me by sharing the video, subscribing and giving it a like. The Lakers are betting on a young player to surprise this season. Jake LaRavia is a good defender and a versatile player with a lot of potential to develop. Jake LaRavia is far more than just a low-cost signing to fill a roster spot. The Los Angeles Lakers have quietly found the biggest steal of the summer in Jake LaRavia. An intriguing two-way wing coming off of his best season to date, LaRavia was signed for a figure that goes well beyond the point of being team-friendly. Whether or not it adequately fills the void left behind by Dorian Finney-Smith, the decision to sign LaRavia deserves praise as the most savvy signing of the 2025 offseason. LaRavia was a first-round draft pick in 2022 who spent the better part of 3 seasons with the Memphis Grizzlies. He turned heads in 2023-24 by posting averages of 10.8 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.5 offensive boards, 1.7 assists, 0.8 steals, and 1.5 three-point field goals made in 23.0 minutes per game. Unfortunately, availability and inefficiency proved detrimental to LaRavia's reputation, issues he seemed to resolve in 2024-25. LaRavia appeared in 66 games in 2024-25 after playing just 70 between his first 2 NBA seasons. He also shot 42.3% from beyond the arc, including marks of 44.4% with the Grizzlies and 38.5% with the Sacramento Kings, which traded for him in February. If LaRavia can continue to build upon the success he experienced in 2024-25, then the Lakers will have found the ultimate steal at just $6 million per season. Jake LaRavia offers unique versatility at just $6 million per season. LaRavia isn't just an improving three-point shooter with youth and upside in his corner. He's an active and engaged team defender who fights over screens, creates turnovers, and regularly seems to find himself in the perfect position to make a play. Offensively, LaRavia's improving outside shot is only one element of what he brings to the table, as he's also effective as a cutter and playmaker. That much is evident when translating LaRavia's 2024-25 season averages to a per-36 basis. By that metric, he posted 12.2 points, 6.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 2.4 offensive boards, 1.7 steals, and 1.6 three-point field goals made on .475/.423/.678 shooting. If that's the version of LaRavia that the Lakers just signed for 2 years and $12 million, then the second unit could take a colossal step forward in 2025-26. LaRavia lacks the consistent output that Finney-Smith has provided over his 9 NBA seasons, but this was a cautiously ambitious move to replace the veteran. LaRavia is a more dynamic offensive player, providing on- and off-ball value versus the catch-and-shoot specialties that Finney-Smith relied on in Los Angeles. That includes the ability to create for others, which should help a Lakers bench that ranked number 30 in assists per game during the 2024-25 season. Furthermore, LaRavia's defensive consistency ensures that there won't be an individual drop-off in effort or intensity despite losing Finney-Smith. If his jump shot remains efficient, the Lakers will have found an ideal replacement for a fraction of the price. With LaRavia playing for $6 million in 2025-26 and Finney-Smith receiving $12.7 million, Los Angeles has positioned itself to receive similar value for less than half the price in 2025-26. Lakers add shot-blocking specialist to bolster center position. The Los Angeles Lakers have strengthened their frontcourt depth by signing 7-foot center Kyler Kelly to an Exhibit 10 contract. Renowned for his rim protection, Kelly will take part in training camp with a chance to compete for a roster spot. More realistically, he is expected to feature for the South Bay Lakers in the G League, where the Exhibit 10 deal allows him to remain in the organization's system while receiving a bonus. Kelly brings a strong defensive resume. He led the G League in blocks through the 2023-24 season with 85 for the Maine Celtics and was named to the 2024 G League All-Defensive Team after averaging 8.4 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 2.9 blocks per game on 68.6% shooting. His length, timing, and mobility make him a useful insurance policy as the Lakers continue to reshape their interior rotation. This will not be Kelly's first spell with the franchise. He previously spent time in the Lakers' developmental setup before making his NBA debut last season, appearing in 11 games with the Dallas Mavericks and New Orleans Pelicans. He averaged 3.1 points and 3.5 rebounds in limited minutes, highlighted by a 12-point, 11-rebound double-double in his first career start. His arrival adds to a busy offseason in the frontcourt, which has already seen the addition of DeAndre Ayton and the retention of Christian Coloco on a two-way contract. Head coach J.J. Redick will now have a variety of options at center, with Kelly offering specialist rim protection if called upon. For Kelly, the deal provides another opportunity to prove his shot-blocking ability can translate into a longer-term NBA role. For the Lakers, it signals a continued emphasis on building defensive depth and flexibility ahead of the new season. LeBron James camp aware of challenges and potential trade. At one point earlier this summer, there was speculation that LeBron James might not return to the Los Angeles Lakers for the 2025-26 season. But after opting into his $52.6 million player option, the all-time leading scorer remains in purple and gold. His camp and the Lakers recognizing how difficult a trade would be to pull off. It has been radio silent since James, via his agent Rich Paul, attempted to rattle the Lakers' cages immediately after exercising his $52.6 million player option for this season, ESPN's Tim McMahon wrote. The all-time leading scorer and his camp understand just how complicated a trade involving him, at his age, making that much money, with the contractual right to veto any deal, would be. James enters his 40th year with no contract extension in place beyond this season. That uncertainty has only fueled speculation about whether this could be his last year in Los Angeles or even the NBA entirely. Hall of Famer Charles Barkley recently weighed in, urging James to make a decision sooner rather than later. LeBron is going to have to move on at some point. It is what it is, Barkley said on the Better Angle podcast. Even though he's been putting up good numbers, they haven't been successful in probably 4 years. The Lakers, meanwhile, have begun pivoting toward Luka Doncic after last summer's blockbuster trade brought him to Los Angeles. It's already Luka's team now, Barkley added. You don't sign and trade for Luka Doncic, give him all that money, and it's not his team. Golden State has reportedly checked in multiple times on pairing James with Stephen Curry, but as Mark Stein reported, Rich Paul warned both teams against pushing too hard in fear of potential backlash. Sources say Paul implored both teams to scrap the concept, largely because he wanted to insulate James from potential backlash, Stein wrote. Lakers' interest in Jonathan Kuminga is already crystal clear. No spacing. No defense. No thanks. Despite the trade rumors circulating, the truth is that the Los Angeles Lakers do not have a serious interest in trading for Jonathan Kuminga, and for good reason. He does not fit what this team needs right now, and forcing the idea just because he is young and has some upside would be a mistake. According to Jovan Buha on Buha's blog, there has been some stuff about him viewing himself at a certain level. There's a fine line between confidence and delusion, and some of the stuff that's come out of Kuminga's camp has trended more on the delusion side. Jonathan Kuminga trade would create more Lakers problems. That right there in itself is a major red flag, especially for a Lakers team that just handed Luka Doncic a $165 million extension and made him the clear centerpiece of the franchise. There is now no more room for ego battles, and certainly no space for another ball-dominant player who does not shoot well from outside or move well off the ball. Kuminga's biggest issue is not talent, but rather how he views the role he should be placed in. He does not want to be a role player. Buha went on to state in his podcast that, he's going to want to start and have a certain role and a certain amount of touches, and I just don't think that makes a lot of sense. If he came to Los Angeles, he would not be there to compliment Luka. He would want to be there so the Los Angeles bright lights shine directly onto him. The fit on the floor is just as questionable. Kuminga does not space the floor well. Last season, he shot just 30.5% from deep. If the Lakers are going to make a trade, they need someone who can help solve their three-point shooting problems, not add to them. It is also important to note that he is not a plus defender yet and does not offer much playmaking. In the 4 seasons he has played, he has only averaged 1.8 assists per game. Pairing him with Doncic would shrink the floor and disrupt the rhythm of an offense that needs clarity and structure, not more improvisation. The Lakers are trying to win now. They are not rebuilding, and they need to stop and find a proper direction. The idea of Pelinka in purple and gold might sound fun, but it lacks real traction within the organization, and that is as it should be. Insider reveals likelihood Lakers will reunite with sharpshooting guard. Once it was reported by ESPN that federal authorities were investigating veteran NBA guard Malik Beasley for gambling related to NBA games and prop bets, it seemed like there was a good chance his career was over. However, things took a turn when ESPN reported recently that Beasley is no longer being targeted in the investigation. He may not be totally out of the clear yet, but a team could be more willing to sign him now. One team that could make some sense is the Los Angeles Lakers. The team could use more shooting, and Beasley previously played with them in 2022-23. However, he had a down year when he was in Los Angeles, and with the gambling probe lingering over his head, the Lakers may just prefer to roll with the players they have. According to NBA insider Jovan Buha, there's almost no chance the Lakers will consider signing him. I would not say 0%. There are very few things that I will confidently say 0%. I would say a low percent chance, because the Lakers have had the opportunity to do a salary dump earlier in the summer and they chose not to, Buha said on his YouTube channel. Beasley is coming off strong year. Even with there being questions about his NBA future, Beasley will likely get another chance. He's coming off a very good year, where he averaged 16.3 points a game and hit 41.6% of his three-point shots. His performance led to him finishing second in the 6th Man of the Year race. He's a good offensive player who can be a very good shooter. Those players aren't easy to come by. While the Lakers might not want to get back into the Beasley business, a reunion with the Detroit Pistons could make a lot of sense. Luka Doncic among MVP favorites. The Lakers might not be the favorites to win the championship this season, but they do have one of the best players in the NBA in Luka Doncic. He hasn't won an MVP yet, but this could finally be his year. ESPN believes that Doncic has the second best chance to win NBA MVP this season behind Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic. Either voter fatigue wears off quickly, or voters were very impressed by Nikola Jokic's head-to-head battle with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the second round of the 2025 playoffs, Ramona Shelburne wrote. The 3-time MVP came in as a heavy favorite to win for a 4th time in our preseason survey, almost doubling the votes for SGA to repeat. Voters also seemed to be impressed by Luka Doncic's offseason transformation as the svelte version of the Los Angeles Lakers point guard came in second in early voting. Team success always plays a factor in voting, which is probably why SGA has slipped to third here. In other words, he already elevated the Thunder to a championship level and was recognized as the MVP for doing it. But what if there's even another level for him, and the youngest championship team in decades, to reach? ESPN insiders rank Luka Doncic second in MVP prediction for 2025-26 season. Ahead of the coming 2025-26 NBA season, a group of league reporters, editors, and analysts over at ESPN rank their top 3 choices for every one of the league's major awards, including the coveted MVP award. None other than Los Angeles Lakers star guard Luka Doncic received plenty of recognition for the award among the panel, as he ended up with the second most points for the hardware behind only Denver Nuggets big man Nikola Jokic. Jokic became just the 3rd player in league history to average a triple-double after he averaged 29.6 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 10.2 assists per game in the 2024-25 campaign. Either voter fatigue wears off quickly, or voters were very impressed by Nikola Jokic's head-to-head battle with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the second round of the 2025 playoffs, Ramona Shelburne wrote. The 3-time MVP came in as a heavy favorite to win for a 4th time in our preseason survey, almost doubling the votes for SGA to repeat. Voters also seemed to be impressed by Luka Doncic's offseason transformation as the svelte version of the Los Angeles Lakers point guard came in second in early voting. Team success always plays a factor in voting, which is probably why SGA has slipped to third here. In other words, he already elevated the Thunder to a championship level and was recognized as the MVP for doing it. But what if there's even another level for him, and the youngest championship team in decades, to reach? There should be little doubt that Doncic will be able to put up numbers that will make him worthy of being in the MVP conversation in the coming season. After all, he's been a nightly triple-double threat throughout his NBA career, and he's finished in the top 10 in MVP voting on 5 occasions already. But whether the Lakers will be able to enjoy enough collective success for the Slovenian to have a real puncher's chance to win the award is a more complicated question. The West projects to be nothing short of a bloodbath with all of the talented teams that reside in the conference, and securing a top 3 seed for the second season in a row will be anything but easy for Los Angeles. Doncic is still seeking the first MVP award of his pro career, and the closest he's ever gotten to winning the award came in his final full season playing for the Dallas Mavericks, the 2023-24 campaign. He led the league in scoring that season and finished with the third most votes for the hardware behind only Gilgeous-Alexander and Jokic. Doncic just so happened to lead the Mavericks to the 2024 NBA Finals not long after he torched the net during the 2023-24 regular season, but the team came up 3 wins short of a championship. Dallas lost to forward Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics in 5 games on the league's grandest stage, and the team's only win in the series came when it was already in a 3-0 hole.